out there that if they need a QB, they can technically poach it.
They really could poach the heck out of the Browns right now.
The Bears should do that just to troll them. Or Houston. Houston's possible playoff team the week after this.
But the Bears can't do that because then they would have to demote Tyson Bagent to practice squad.
No, not Tyson Bagent. No.
They wouldn't necessarily have to demote Badgett. They could get rid of somebody else.
I know. I'm just saying you wouldn't want to put somebody else that you potentially might need. But no, they're not going to do that. That'd be funny.
Would be. Speaking of funny, welcome to the Duff Pickem AllStars Week 15. That's the Skinnnns. That's Icehouse. Up there's Groady. Up there on the left is the Commish. I'm the Orange Peanut. We're here to talk to you about NFL 2003 Week 15 gambling bets, pick'em bets, player bets, yeses and nos. You may find this useful one day, or you may be looking us up decades in the future, in which our statistics will help you win Jeopardy or something. We're going to get started with our League of Record here and talk about what happened last week in League Pick'em. Commish, what happened last week?
It was a nightmare. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. League Pick'em. Last week we had JV leading the week with 5 correct, followed by Boss with 4, followed by me and Tommy with 3 each, and then Groady and Stan picking up the rear with 2. We all got Blavender wrong. Everybody got the Orange Peanut except for Groady, who guessed 7-1. Myself and Stan are the only ones that really thought he was going to do it, but apparently he didn't want to. He was even gifted. Aaron Jones was taken out of that game Monday night, and then Eric made a bold last-minute move and picked up douchebag Magoo to get him 6 points for the win. We were split on Science and Tommy. Tommy being the correct pick. Also split was between Groady and 2-Kidder-Quitter, who again almost pulled off a squeaky win.
Some juice with that.
On the season for League Pick'em, Boss is out into a lead, 52 points over Groady with 49, followed by JV with 47, followed by me with 45, Dan with 39, and Tommy bringing up the rear with 33.
Oof. And this is also, Commish, this is our playoff week, is it not?
Oh, yeah, that was the end of the regular season, so now it's the beginning of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which, for those of you lucky enough to be in the Sacco, you do not have to worry about the playoffs.
No, it did. Icehouse, that's you and me. We suck.
You don't have to worry about losing in the first round and crying for 2 more weeks when your team does better than the teams you would have faced, because that almost always happens.
Oh yeah. I'll try to pull up a picture of what the ultimate loser gets. We're gonna play 2 rounds of Sacco Bowl, to where Icehouse, myself, 2-Kidder, and I think it's 7-1. We're gonna play a couple of weeks, and whoever loses both those weeks is gonna have to wear the Sacco sweater, which is like this ugly short sleeve sweater. I'll have to show it up to you. I'll show you a picture of it a little bit later on with this here. But let's talk about the real players, the champions of our league, the top 8 teams for this. Groady, we're going to start with you talking about the 11-3 Mears Cat Industries facing 7-7 Sippy Cup Power.
Alrighty. QBs, we've got Dak Prescott going against Lamar Jackson. Buffalo's defense has definitely been playing better lately. Win they got against the Chiefs. Lamar doing his thing. Call it a wash. I don't know how well Dak Prescott has done away from Dallas. Probably not as good as he's done there, but I call that a wash. You got Pittman and Smith versus Brown and Cup. Basically, Brown and Smith are on the same team, both going Monday night, which is good. It's always good to have somebody going Monday. You give edge to Tommy just because of Cup. Running backs got B.J. Robinson going up against Williams, and Pollard versus Chandler. I think he might switch out and start James Conner, which I don't know why, but projected to get more points. I think he's going up against San Francisco, so I don't know how well that's going to. I'd give edge to Joe just because even if he starts Connor, he's only got Williams. Joe's got Robinson and Pollard. Tight ends, two really good ones, Kittle and Hawkinson. I think if Mullins is there, I think Hawkinson probably gets his. Depending on what goes on in the Arizona game, they may not be throwing the ball. Lex, you got ETN versus Cooks. I mean, he's been doing pretty good, hasn't Cooks lately? No. 2 good games and then a 4 in their last. So last time he got 4 games. So he could get a decent game. I definitely probably trust ETN over him to get those points. Kickers, probably a wash because Seattle probably pick some. And the defenses, you got Miami going up against the Jets, Kansas City going up against New England. I would probably say edge Kansas City just because New England is trash. And the Jets, I mean, I know Zach Wilson is back, but they looked pretty good against the Houston Texans.
To that to the Patriots, the Pittsburgh's defense that they lit up for 3 touchdowns from Bailey Zappi in Pittsburgh.
I'm going to go out on a whim, and I'm gonna pick Tommy.
I'm going sippy with this one right here. Okay. All right, Skinns. What are your thoughts? We got one for sippy so far.
You have it scrolled down, so I'm covering the team names, so I don't know which one's which. So far, I am kind of liking this. Whoever's on the right side, the underdog. Hawk Kittle, yeah, maybe Mullins throws it to Hawkinson a little bit. He did mad the last 2 games. ETN. And then you were talking, yeah, maybe Connor over Chandler, I'm guessing that was. Yeah. We'll go with this right side guy. Sippy.
You're going with sippy. 2 for sippy with the interesting. All right, Icehouse.
I'm gonna roll with Joe.
Icehouse down in New Orleans, by the way. How is the weather down there?
It's like 550s.
Can you say it in a New Orleans accent?
Another. That I will not do. I'll spare you.
How does a Wichita
Oh,
be
come
John in New
on.
York or
Come on.
something.
For 5 points, New Orleans accent. Come on.
Nobody needs that.
Come on. Nobody needs a little New Orleans accent. Little crawdads in the spicy river.
Hotter than a horse sweating in church?
I mean, come on. All you got to do is basically mimic, what's that rooster from Looney Tunes?
I say, boy.
That guy.
I think of that old LSU coach.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Les Miles?
Yeah.
No, he's thinking of Ed Ogeron.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's the half man, half Southern frog. Like,
Oh.
literally.
Yeah, you want to talk Southern accent? Ed Orgeron, man. There you go. What the
I don't
fuck?
think you can
You
count that as an
that guy's
accent.
saying when he talks.
It sounds like he's talking with 3 bottle brushes and a sandwich shoved down his throat. Like, no one can understand what he's saying.
Southern accent. He's the only one with it. It's an Orgeron accent.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, so
he's in his own fucking swamp.
So Icehouse in the swamps goes for the Commish. Commish, what about you?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take Tommy on this one.
Strategy.
Hedging his bets.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, realistically, the other thing on my bench, I feel like DK Metcalf might be a juicy matchup to throw in instead of ETN against Baltimore's D.
That could really go either way with that. Yeah, Metcalf has had some big games. Big games for that. Look at Philly. Philly first with that. Ooh, that is some juice. Commish talked me into it. I'm going Commish. I am doing a Commish with that. All right. Picking the Commish to win. And then going back to the original list. All right. Skinnnns. Skinnnns, you're going to talk about the 10-4 Auto Draft All-Stars against 7-7 Blavender.
2 seed versus 7 seed. We got Brock the Jock Purdy at Arizona and Mahomes at New England. Mahomes is two of his last 6 for going over 20 points, fantasy points. Only 2 of his last 6. Purdy, meanwhile, going over 20 is 5 of his last 6.
Wow.
Edge Purdy. Didn't think I'd say that at the beginning of the year. Then we got T. Higgins, who had a nice game back with Browning. No, he didn't. Never mind.
He did?
I guess I'm just remembering that one play. He had 72 yards, but
Oh, well. Still, that's nice for him. That actually is. That's almost a season high.
Yeah. DJ Moore's been looking good with Fields back. But we got CeeDee Lamb and Cortland Sutton, who's been having a nice year with Russell Wilson throwing to him. So we'll go edge to B-Lav. Then we got Christian McCaffrey and Breece Hall. Breece Hall had a nice game last week. Lots of 8 receptions. If we were a PPR league, he'd have killed it.
Wow.
Versus Zach Moss, who I thought was going to have a good week last week. Kind of shit the bed. And Alvin Kamara, who started off really hot and then tailed off the last few quarters. But that is against the Giants, and he is not A.J. Dillon, so he should do fine. But still, McCaffrey, Hall, I'll give that a little bit of a halfway or edge to auto. Laporta versus Ferguson. Put Laporta over Turd Ferguson. Mm-hmm. And for the flex, we got Rashad White at Green Bay. Green Bay played who last night?
The Giants.
The New York Football Giants.
Saquon had a nice little game. We got Henry versus Houston. Houston's right in the middle, 15th most, and Green Bay's giving up 7th most. So far, I'd lean. I don't know. That's probably about even. Any bench options?
Some damaged benches. Each one's got a couple of
not
Qs.
Much on either side. And then we got the Rams versus Washington.
Oh, man.
Do I even need to look at the other team? Pittsburgh at Indy. Ooh. Yep, I'm gonna go auto. I mean, the defense right there is gonna get them 40.
Skinnnns goes for the All-Stars with their Icehouse. How do you follow suit?
I'm going to follow with my auto.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Somebody got it.
two for the auto drafts there. Commish?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go auto drafts way.
I want to lean on auto draft because I like that he's got Breece Hall, and the fantasy footballer said something great. Zach Wilson knows that he's had every bad thing happen to him on the Jets, and he's just basically going out there being like, what's the worst that's going to happen here? Just chuck the ball, just do whatever with it, you know? I like that. What scares me on Blavender's side is CeeDee Lamb and Mahomes with the salt that they're currently carrying after their, let's just call it what it is. It wasn't fun, but it was an obvious offsides, which I don't know if anyone else was listening to the Ballers. Interesting fact about the Chiefs that I heard, the Chiefs got an offensive offsides for the first time since 1995 on Sunday. not a very. It's not. I mean, not a thing you hear called very often there. But I'm going to stick with the All-Stars on this.
Well, I did read. I did read that they were calling it more often this year than in the past, and they were saying
Yeah.
like part of the problem was it's like a lot of times the refs will give the coaches a heads up. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
guy was offsides last play. If it happens again, we're gonna call it. But at the same time, it's like he was blatantly offside.
Yes.
So I don't fault them for
Well,
calling it. It's
the
just
other thing that's I'm not against the call being made. What I'm against is that Kadarius Toney pointed over at the ref and he didn't say anything. And
Yes.
typically that's what Reed also was pointing out is as a courtesy, the refs will tell the guys, specifically if they look down and point, they will, either nod their head or some indication saying, no, you're good. And that did not happen. And that to me is what's more frustrating is you want to be consistent about how you ref game to game. That's fine. I got no problem with that. But when there's inconsistencies, which is just it seems like it's more and more and more inconsistencies with what's pass interference, because clearly Kansas City, Green Bay, and Green Bay mugging those receivers, not pass interference. Like, wow. Like,
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
the
it's
funny
just
thing
too bad
is
'cause
that that's a similar thing that happened. There was a play, I can't remember what team it was, but they were on the goal line, and the wide receiver literally right next to the ref, like leaned over, checked with him, and the guy goes, "Oh, you're good." And then the minute the play goes off, he throws the flag, and they're like, "What happened?" They're like, "Oh, he was like, I think it was like illegal formation because he was covering up the tight end." And it's like the wide receiver checked with him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're good," and then throws the
no,
flag.
but that's not a check for if he's lined up properly. That's a check if he's offside. That has nothing to do with illegal formation.
I know. I'm just saying it's funny, but yeah. So, but yeah, that's why the funny thing when you're talking about consistency. When I was watching the Giants game and Danny DeVito got fucking, or not Danny DeVito, Tommy DeVito got fucking plowed by the Packers guy, and they didn't throw the flag. I said, if they throw that flag, that gives the Bears the ability to go, oh, so you'll call it for him, but you won't call it for our guy. So that's why they didn't call it.
Yeah.
They're like, shit, we didn't call these on Fields. We can't call it on this guy either.
Yeah. Above all, though, what it ruined, I was watching that game live, and I was like, and Katie and I were both like, Mouse and I both like got up and we're just like, oh my God, did you see that amazing thing? And then they call the offsides. I'm like, oh, that's not fun.
that was awesome.
You ruined a fun
That's the
play.
worst part. It's like it took away what probably one of the best plays all season.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, damn, that would have been like a top 10 highlight without a doubt. I don't care what else happens this season. That was amazing.
So I know, like Reed and
to come back and to win the game that way would have been, like just an awesome thing. And it's like, damn,
yeah,
it sucks.
And I know that like Reed and Mahomes are both so mad afterwards. They were saying all that stuff, and Mahomes was getting all hot headed while he was like out on the sideline. But come on, it's Kadarius Toney. Use your head, dang it! It's really all falls on you for that one there, man. Like,
yeah,
come on.
That's what annoys me the most. It's like, why don't you? All you got to do is look over to see where the ball is and where you are.
He was looking at it.
I don't understand how he didn't see he was blatantly over the line.
What was he looking at?
I mean, it's not fucking rocket science, man.
No.
You've been playing this game for your whole life.
That's what they teach you in kindergarten football. If they play it that early. Probably.
I should note though, this will be the third matchup between Auto Draft and Blavender, and Blavender is yet to win a game.
Oh, so
Groady,
Auto Draft blew him out this past weekend, 164 to 106, and then the first week of the season, Auto Draft squeaked by 83 to 81.
Wow.
So
close game, defensive game.
And for the matchup between Tommy and myself, we met week 9, and I beat Tommy 118 to 89.
118, 89. Interesting.
So.
Interesting. That may sway your choice, Groady, as you have the last pick. We've all picked the All-Stars. What about you?
Yeah, I just with the fact that last time the 49ers played the Arizona, both Purdy and McCaffrey got 20 points. Like, he's got to hope that Mahomes actually gets that against New England because they could be up big and they could just be running the ball and he could end up with 18 points. So yeah, he's got to hope that two of his two guys match Purdy and McCaffrey for 20 for 20. Because two guys getting 20, it's a bit to overcome for if you don't get anybody who gets 20. So yeah, I'm picking autograph.
So that's a landslide on the All-Stars. Okay. It's a good one with that. Icehouse, we move next to you as you are going to talk about the third game once my computer decides to stop all the downloading. Here we go. We have the 8-6 Sick Eroc Scriptum going against the 8-6 Groady Gloaters. Icehouse, what do you know?
Got a lot of cues going on there.
A lot of cues going on there. It's a Skinnnns problem.
Day to day.
I have O's. I have no problem.
What we got here, Icehouse?
I'm talking about Eric first. Yeah, Eric first. Brody, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read up on these injuries. I knew Tyreek Hill, obviously. Najee listed as a non-participant. Don't really say anything without knowing who the fuck's playing. Goff versus Allen. Well, Goff did not do great last time out. Denver's D's been what, average? You got to give Allen on that one, and then what Squace is he playing?
Who playing?
Who's a non-participant?
Yeah, but it was just like a walkthrough thing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like it's too early for them to say one way or the other whether the guy's going to be in or out. In their cases, so I don't know. Maybe that's just a wash. Oh man. You got A-Chain not doing a ton yesterday. And Barkley should do well against the Saints.
Yes.
Like Gus Bus, I think, has been rolling off the road as of late.
It was a cheap joke.
Williams
Give me points.
I like it. It was pretty good.
That was a cheap joke. Boo.
I'm gonna take Groady on this one.
I'm taking Groady.
It might come down to who plays. Let's say everybody's perfectly healthy. I don't know. I still got to go with Groady if that's the case.
I like it there. I like it.
Although Goff worries me a little bit.
He may know something we don't know, though. Do you know something we don't know, Groady?
One thing I know is that if Denver at least plays how they've been playing, it'll at least be a game where there'll be throwings.
All right. I like that there. Okay, so we got one for Groady.
I don't know why Eric doesn't have Justin in.
Well, Eric is thinking clearly, apparently.
Why does he even have?
He was on a bye the week before. I'm gonna guess Eric was just putting him back in.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, well, I assume Eric will put in Justin Tucker over Chris Boswell, but I don't know if that.
Assuming, yeah, he didn't do it this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
if he doesn't change it, we both have dueling kickers. It's Indianapolis versus Pittsburgh. He's got Pittsburgh's kicker and I've got Indianapolis kicker. Maybe that's why he's doing it.
That is
dueling kickers.
Actually, that could be. Ooh, could be. All right. So we got Icehouse has one for Groady.
Move in the playoffs.
Commish?
Let's see. Oh,
Could be dueling kickers in the playoffs. Never know.
They haven't played each other yet, have they?
You
Me
never
and
know,
Eric, yeah.
Chris. Dueling kickers
No,
in the
no, no, no,
playoffs.
no, no, no. No, they did already.
Oh.
And he put up 20 points. Okay. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna go with Groady. What the
I'm
hell?
going with Groady in this one here. Groady, I think your team is good. I like the idea of playing Cincinnati. Eric has Dallas's defense. Now, granted, he won't play it against his own quarterback. So I guess that might sway me against that. But Josh Allen, why do I keep saying that? Josh Allen. Every week I get Josh Allen's name wrong. What's wrong with me? They are in a very bad hunt for playoff spots. They have to win against very, very hard teams. I am going to go with the Buffalo quarterback and go with Sick Erot Scriptum on this here. See what he can do. Groady.
I'm gonna pick Eric.
You're going Eric. Oh, he's got a system there. I like it. Skinnnns, tiebreaker. You are the tiebreaker here. Groady or Eric?
I think possibly Chase, A-Chain, Barkley, Javante. Or no, not Javante. Detroit gives up the fourth fewest. But Cincinnati's D against Minnesota, I think those are higher ceiling plays of players to potentially go off. And Eric he's got Hill. Jaden Reed had quite a game this week, but now the Bucks got film, and that may have just been game plan dependent. Najee's been he's been poop. I don't see much ceiling on Eric's side, so I'm going to go Groady.
All right. Yeah, one for Groady. 3 on Groady, 1 on Scriptum. Or 3 on Groady, 2 on Scriptum for this. All right. Groady, I'm half tempted to lean on your side just because you have Evan Engram, and he has come alive for the Jaguars as of late. It's been a great pick. Okay. Lastly, Commish, you're going to be talking about the 10-4 Science, also known as the Dallas Cowboys of our league, against Skinnnns for the wins at 7-7.
Oh, Stan, that season-ending surgery for Justin Herbert couldn't have come at a worse time for you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Um,
Could have got some, during the course of the year, maybe picked up a, QB who could have become my starter at one point. But yeah, not cool.
what you call it? So currently, the edge is to Science for quarterbacks because Stan's got to pick one up, and we don't know who. Although Stroud is questionable as he's got a clear concussion protocol before he can come back and play. Albeit Barry does have Fields on the bench, which he could easily put in Cleveland, and Cleveland's given up the second fewest fantasy points to the QB position. So even if Stan has to pick up a flyer, that flyer could do better than either Stroud or Fields. Although, given that I'm a Bears fan, I hope that Stroud plays and Barry keeps Fields on the bench and Fields gets like 35 points.
Skinnnns, you are third on waivers. Barry is second.
Now, Barry's not picking up a quarterback, so Skinn does not have to worry about that.
He might play keep us.
As far as wide receivers go, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Deebo Samuel versus Nakua and Jefferson. Jefferson, I mean, he came back, took a hit, and left. So, I mean, he'll probably play, but that doesn't mean he'll be, I'm not saying the defense is specifically going to target him, but if they can line up a hit on him, they're going to try and take him out of the picture, especially with Nick Mullins throwing. I don't know that I have faith that Justin Jefferson's going to be I mean, just double him and forget the rest. That Mullins will just be not terrible, but it's not like he's seasoned. And Nakua, he'll probably rack up the points and catches against Washington. If Denver's playing as good as they have been, Amon-Ra St. Brown will need the points he needs. Deebo Samuel will probably get those points just for fun against Arizona. Got Ford and Jacobs, Mostert and Montgomery. That's the downside. Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Detroit and Denver. Montgomery, I don't know how well Denver's done against the run. Let's see. Oh, third most, so that doesn't bode well. And Ford against Chicago is not a good matchup either. Let's see. Mostert and the Jets. Miami will probably destroy them. And Jacobs against the Chargers without Herbert. Jacobs could be in for a day. Kelsey against New England. And Likely versus Jacksonville. Edge Kelsey. Hubbard and Pacheco. If Pacheco plays, he'll probably get a decent amount against New England. Just because I know they like mixing him into on the offense. And then Hubbard against Atlanta. If Ritter plays mistake-free, Hubbard probably won't be seeing much in terms of rushing. Sanders versus Dicker. Dicker's probably a good choice. I'd imagine a lot of drives are going to sputter for the Chargers without Herbert. Then you've got Baltimore against Jacksonville and Green Bay against Tampa Bay. Out of those two, I would take Green Bay facing Tampa Bay over Baltimore versus Jacksonville.
Easily.
And then as far as their benches go, I think Stan's pretty much got his lineup set. Barry's not going to change anybody. I love that he has DeAndre Hopkins. Like, yeah, have you ever actually put him in your lineup? He might have. You know what? I'm going to say Stan picks up the hot QB of the week and he wins. I'm taking Stan.
He's taking Skinnnns for this one here. I like it. All right. I am leaning with you on this. I think Barry has a lot of ifs, and I think Skinnnns has people he can play. And I like the odds. Oh, the score is so off, but that's because you're down by there. Nope, I need an underdog right now. So Skinnnns, you're my underdog. Groady.
Yeah, I'm taking Stan. Obviously, definitely like Joe said, hopefully picks up the hot QB for the week. The only thing I'd say is definitely a big thing to watch is if Jacobs is actually going to play because he did not practice the last 2 days and they play on Thursday, so he may not even go. And then, yeah, I don't know, but I'm taking Stan for now.
He's taking Stan for this one here. Skinnnns, who do you take?
All right. Here's my breakdown on my path to win, despite being the underdog. All right. So any QB I pick up, like the top 7 QBs are all like about 15 to 17 points projected. So that only puts me a couple points under Barry. And then he's got Justin Jefferson, who may not play. With either way, he's got Nick Mullins playing to him. He's got Stroud. Maybe he doesn't clear concussion. So he plays Fields, who has to play against Cleveland. Cleveland gives up second fewest points to QBs. Montgomery against Denver. That is good, actually. Third most. There was a couple others. Yeah, but I got Jacobs. That's my biggest worry right now. And I'll probably switch my kicker because Dicker has not been doing it the last few weeks, even with Herbert. So I don't know how they're gonna freaking respond, with Easton sticks. So I might get a new kicker too, just for. There's gonna be someone out there better than that. So there is a way, and I got McLaurin on my bench, and McLaurin failed to bring in any of his 3 targets and was catchless last week. So I think if I have to play McLaurin, this is going to be a squeaky wheel for him. and he'll be getting thrown to a lot against the Rams this week. And they're middle of the pack for receivers. So I have a path, and either way, I'm not picking the fucking Cowboys. So Skins for the wins.
That's awesome. Icehouse, chance to be a contrarian. We're all leaning Skins.
Yeah, I'll take that all day.
You take that all
I mean,
day.
I'll happily be wrong, but I'm taking Barry on this one.
I like it.
If I'm wrong, then amen to all of us.
Yeah. You know, it's
If
funny.
you're right,
Still
when
gotta
your
go.
brother beats you up.
You gotta go with Barry on this.
Baker has scored very few points in the last 5 weeks or so, and it's not because he's missing field goals. The Chargers just don't score points. So
yeah, I don't see
will
him being
say,
motivated with a backup in now either.
Stan and Science faced each other in week 7. Science won 155 to 123.
Ooh. Oh, there is the old, you're facing Skins, your team's going to go off. Whoa.
Yes. This was the first, I think, second week of the season now. Who was it? Tony scored, or Eric scored under 100 against me, and I still couldn't clear it by a couple points for a variety of reasons. But yeah.
Interesting. I like it. Okay. Let's
Actually, only the second time a team has scored less than 100 against you.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, really?
I think it was surprisingly Tony, the other one.
No, you beat your brother 190.
Oh, his bench had $1 million on it too.
Otherwise, every single week, it's the closest to 100 was when you beat Two Kid or Quitter 103 to 102. Otherwise, yeah, no one. There's only been twice under a hundo against you.
Wow.
In fact, you're one of 2 teams that has never had the lowest points scored against you, or for you, for that matter.
Oh.
You've never had the lowest points in a given week.
Interesting. Round the horn scores so far: Skins in the lead, 22. Groady 15. Commish 14. Icehouse with 8. Still more points to go for this one as we discuss Pro Pickem this week.
One last thing, because I didn't mention it before, but yeah, Groady has faced Scriptum twice this season and beat him both times. So.
Okay.
Very good.
And one last thing, piggybacking on the points against, I ran through all the numbers for the last 10 years of the highest points against. Now that we're at the end of the season, we have it. John, you are the all-time having points against you.
Yay!
2018, it was 1965.
Wow.
Where did I finish? I finished 1884. 1884 is second.
Wow.
There's only been one other one in the 1800s. That was against Otto 2 years ago.
Must have played against some great teams.
When did we start playing 14 games?
They started.
Remember, it used to be 13 games regular season.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Oh yeah, that makes your record even more impressive, John.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, it's like, holy shit. I mean, it's got rocked that year.
I only play against the best.
That is fucking impressive. It's like, damn, man.
All the others are 16 and 1700s.
Wonder if I was in the Sacco Bowl that year. I had to have been with all those points scored. Yeah. There's no way I had a good...
that was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I want to say I looked back through all the records, and this is, I think, either only the second or third time we've had 3 teams with 10 or more wins.
Oh,
wow! Yeah, it wasn't pretty close all year for the most part.
Yeah, there was that one week we had 7 teams had the same record.
Yeah. It was basically Dave and Tony doing nothing, and everyone else was just bouncing back and forth from win loss year.
Well, it's funny because
I don't want to win anymore, and I just stopped doing that.
In the was it Duff Stout division. You have their divisional record: Bates at 9-1, Barry 7-3, then 5-5, 5-5, 3-7, 1-9. The mirror reflection, right? Versus Duff Dry, where it's like 8-2, 5-5, 2 6-4s, a 3-7, and a 2-8. Like no mirror reflection down here. We don't know what we're doing.
Oh man.
But I will say the other thing is I want to say total points scored. Let's see. I finished first overall, and I had first in points. Bates was second overall, second in points. Barry 3-3. After that, it gets a little bit. I think. Yeah, Eric 4-4. Then Stan, you were fifth, but finished sixth. Desmond got seventh. Groady, you were eighth in points, but fifth overall. And then 9, 10, 11, and 12 all matched their records. So that stuff I think is sort of fascinating because points really don't have any bearing on your record, and yet we almost, with a couple of exceptions, almost matched up.
Yeah, there's only one or two aberrations, and Groady 5 seed, 8th in points, and then if you look at his points against, he's the least.
Yeah,
So that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, like you being 7-7 and having all those points scored against you is pretty impressive.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would agree with that one there. Hey, let's talk a little bit about Pro Pick'em from last week. Commish, some stuff happened last week. What happened last week?
Oh, everything was wild and crazy. Let's see. Groady led the week with 89 points, followed by Skinnnns with 73, followed by Boss with 60, myself with 49, Tommy with 38, JV with 31, and Eric bringing up the rear with 29. Let's see. It was a comeback week for the underdogs. On the season, they had been falling behind, but with the 10 underdogs being the correct pick versus 4 favorites and 1 push, which that is the 4th week in a row with a push. 5 total on the season. Last year there were 9. The totals on the season per games, the favorites have been right half the time, 104 out of 208. Underdogs are 99, and then the 5 pushes. So that was a bit of a surprise uptick in the amount of underdogs. Let's see. We all almost had San Francisco right, but JB and his pointless opposite day went Seattle and was the only one who got that one wrong.
It worked last week. I have a system.
Sure.
Opposite day.
He also he and I were the only two that guessed Carolina were wrong, but John was also on Jacksonville's train along with Tommy, and they were both wrong.
Yes.
Let's see. Where else? There was no big overall wrongs. JV's opposite, his sickness fell to both Tommy, Eric, as well as Boss with Detroit, and Chicago was the right pick. I guess Groady and Skinnnns were the only ones that had faith in Maker Bayfield over Atlanta. And they were paid off and got that right, as both of them, they had 13 and 11 points on that game. I should have had faith in Buffalo, and I didn't. So, but what are you gonna do? I will say myself and Boss are the only ones that had Dallas, and everyone else had Philly.
That's true.
Yeah, and I will say the only reason, and it obviously didn't matter for positioning wise, given the 5 total points I had on the Monday night games, but the only reason I had both Tennessee and the New York Football Giants was because prior to them playing Monday night, the Monday night teams were 5 out of 15 in terms against the spread for Yahoo's purposes. So after that, both underdogs winning, the favorites are now 5 out of 17 or under 30%.
Excellent.
Like the four of us that picked Tennessee, we all put 1 point on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like,
Crazy.
this game.
No fake.
Oh yeah.
So I had only had
Oh,
1
that's
point on
great. It's
Miami.
like, wow, all right.
I didn't
Nobody
expect them to win
cares.
that game at all, but I'm like, I could see
No,
them
that
losing
was
by
ridiculous.
10.
Yeah.
What about on the year,
And I had picked the Giants just strictly because I thought they're traveling to New York. Nobody knows this Danny DeVito character. He could probably get himself a nice W. And then, on the season, with Tommy's piss poor week, his lead has shrunk. He was running away with this thing, but he's still in the lead with 948. But Kevin is now only 30 points behind at 918. Stan is then 34 points behind him at 884. Boss is 38 points behind him at 846. I'm 2 points behind Boss at 844. JV is, 44 and 31, 75 points behind me with 769. And Eric is 9 points behind JV with 760. And again, if only Eric had not missed that week, JV would be abysmally in last place.
Really low in last place. Suck it, Scriptum. Learn how to play your picks. Just pick randomly if you have to with it. Pick the top 3. Doggy. There's the dog. That dog is being very patient with that. There.
Puppy.
You should be patient
Doggy.
as we raise glasses to Groady. We raise glasses to Groady for the champion of the week with it there. Congratulations, Groady. What was the game that really made you happiest, confused you, the one you liked the most?
I would definitely say the Giants game. I strangely had faith in the Giants to beat the Packers, and I was a little worried there in the end when they let up the touchdown to give the lead to the Packers, but Mr. DeVito and his Italian the Stallion agent pulled it out in the end and got a win.
There's going to be Danny DeVito jokes throughout the rest of that man's career here on the Duff Pickem AllStars.
Absolutely.
We need Danny DeVito things from Always. What's that show? Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, yeah.
Good show. Commish introduced me to that show, and I was just like, this show actually is very funny. Grody's going to pick. Groady gets to pick 2 games, and he's going to start by talking about Denver Broncos heading on over to Detroit to play in the Dome. What do you know about this game, Groady?
Oh yeah, so they haven't met too many times. They've only met 14. Their last meeting was back in 2021. The Broncos won that 38-10. Not really why I picked this game. The reason why I picked this game was because Boss last week foolishly was hedging his bets that if the Lions lost to the Bears, that the Packers would win the division. Well, with the Packers losing, it puts that in jeopardy because the Lions essentially would have to lose out for that to happen. And that's the reason why I picked this game, because if the Packers lose at least 2 more of their games, which is very possible, and the Bears can win out, and the Lions actually lose out, the Bears can win the division.
Wow, really?
Yes, because they would be 9-8 in the first tiebreakers, the head-to-head matchup, and the Bears won the last head-to-head matchup, so it would put them in first. So, with that on the line, I'm picking Denver. I've got 6 points on it, and I think it could still be a close game. I think right now it's at a 5-point spread. I think it'll be closer than people think because Denver's defense has been playing better. I think hopefully in the end Denver pulls it off, because I would love for them to win, because then it just puts the Bears in the driver's seat. Now, obviously, if Detroit wins this, that's it. Like, they've won the division. Nobody can catch them.
Yeah.
Except for I think Green Bay, because obviously the Bears already have.
Go. Come on, Broncos, go. All right, so we got 6 points on Denver. We go down to Skinnnns. Skinnnns, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't get why Denver's getting so many points. They started the season shitty, but they've won 6 out of 7, and they've beat good teams doing it. They beat the Chiefs. They beat Buffalo. They beat Cleveland have 3 weeks ago at QB? Was it still Watson at that point? Either way, that's a tough defense. They scored 29 points on. Yeah, I like Denver. They've been surging. They've been doing great, beating good teams. I'm putting a 13 on them.
13. Wow. Holy
You know what?
guacamole.
I'm gonna make it my 15 right now because I'm not really solid on anything else. So
I like it. What's there? Holy cow! Icehouse.
I'm gonna take a dozen on Denver.
A dozen.
I agree. It's like I don't know why they're getting so many points, but I'll happily take them. So
All right there.
oh, for me sounds good.
I like it. Okay, Commish.
Yeah. Minnesota could still win the division, Kevin, because they only have 6 losses.
Oh,
I see.
If
I'm
Detroit
sad.
wins, then Green Bay's almost out of it. As
well,
they
Minnesota
would,
played Detroit 2 times in like the last 4
Right.
weeks or something. So
yeah.
basically, yeah, they're probably in their own, you know, they control their own destiny, I guess you would say.
Right.
It is your
I have
destiny.
6 points on Denver.
6 points on Denver.
Yeah,
So
because I
normally-
agree. I think it'll be closer.
I think normally what I would do here, I would normally. So it's last week was Opposites Day, and that didn't go so well. But the week before that was Opposites Day, and it went great. I got my almost my second best score of the season. So I understand how it works. It's every other week. It's like Gabe Davis, except there's a lot more goose eggs with Gabe Davis. So I have the Gabe Davis system of every other opposite day, which means normally I would actually contrare all of you with Detroit, but that means I am going with Denver at this point, and I will slap a nice 7 onto Denver.
Let's be clear, this is an opposite week for you.
This is the opposite week for me. Yes, this is the real opposite week. It has to do with the waxing gibbous of the moon. That's probably a thing.
Those don't follow a 7-day schedule.
That's I didn't say which moon either. So, okay, so Skinns. Skinns, you're going to be talking about your Washington Commanders heading on down to California to play against the Los Angeles Rams. What do you know?
Okay. And just so you know, if you do want to base it on the moon, there's 8 phases of the moon and 4 major ones, and they are approximately 7.5 days apart. So roughly 8 days. So come about week 8, you're going to have to flip your opposite days.
Ah, that's how it works. So it must have been a week 8 or something. No, I have a different moon that I go on. It's not our moon. It's the peanut moon.
No, as the Eros or Io or
it's
Jupiter's. Okay.
One of the moons on Uranus.
How many moons on my Uranus?
Whoa. All right, space jokes. Let's go.
Don't show me the moon on Uranus. Minus 10
I think
points
Uranus
for me.
is 2. I don't know.
No, it has it's got 9. It's 9 official.
Oh, okay. All right, we're talking Commanders here.
Commanders at Los Angeles.
All right, 4-9 Commanders. They had a bye last week. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They are really trying to shit the bed on my 6.5 wins over under. I bet on them at the beginning of the season. They were looking really good when they were 4-5. Rams are favorites, 6.5. I have. What does Yahoo have? Doesn't matter. It'll change. What does Yahoo have? Just out of curiosity.
6.5. 6.5. Well, that's what
Can't even find it.
That's what I see here. I don't see it otherwise.
Oh, I already picked them. I'm looking over all the teams I didn't pick. Okay. Yeah, 6.5. All right. Last time out, the Rams lost to the Ravens 37-31. That was a tough game. I don't know if anyone watched it. It was really good. Cooper and I were watching it, and because we like to watch Cooper Kupp. He made some plays at the end, and then the Ravens won it on the kickoff return in overtime, or punt return in overtime. Stafford went about 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's what you like to see when you're playing the Commanders, because they are easy to pass against. And before the bye, the Commanders lost to the Dolphins 45-15. Now, I don't know if anyone saw Montez Sweat's comments this week, but it was something along the lines of, yeah, it's nice to be in this organization. The coaches are still in it, and the players are still in it. I mean, despite them almost having pretty similar records, he said, it seemed like everyone was checked out over in Washington. But the Bears, that's not the case. So credit to the Bears and their coaches for doing that. But Montez Sweat was definitely taking a couple deuces on the Skinnnns in his comments this week. Over the season, the Rams are 3-3 against the spread, and 3-3 overall at home. They're 3-3 overall at home. They are 7-5-1 against the spread. When the one game this year when they were over a 6.5 point favorite, they won that game, and they've gone over the total only twice in 6 games at home this season. So it should be closer. I had a couple other things here.
I'm pretty sure you've never come.
I'm pretty sure of that as well.
Pretty sure.
Are you
Everybody's
sure?
pretty sure of something.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sure,
Coming into this game, the Rams won 3 straight. Skins have lost, I want to say 4 straight. So they were both going in opposite directions, if you count before the Ravens game, which almost is a win the way they played them last week. So, I mean, despite all that, and we got a couple injuries on our quarterbacks, this game is pretty much setting up for a blowout. So I'll pick the Skinnnns 51-10. 16 points.
Holy cow. That is absolutely well worth it there. Oh, oof, got the wah in there. All right, go to Icehouse. You do agree with that max bet?
Yeah, I wanted to pick Washington, but just can't. I mean, everything points to, usually like when it's over 80% or whatever, you'd always take the other team because it's just the way shit works. But no, this game I gotta go with 8 on the Rams.
He's going with 8 on
And that's
Rams. Gotcha with there. Commish?
I mean, it helps,
Wait.
Afternoon favorites are 28 out of 52, or almost 54%. So I'm gonna take my 4 points, and I'm gonna throw it the Rams way.
Throw it the Rams way. Skins, I wish the best of luck to you. I would go for the Rams. Oh, no. I would go for the Rams, and it's opposite day. On the Skins side. Ooh, 5 points on the Skins. Here we go. Yay. Groady.
I got 4 points. I'm throwing them on the Rams.
4 points on the Rams. See the wise bets here? See the wise bets here. Yeah. Hey. Well.
Chris, that stat you kind of said a minute ago. What was that game last week? It was like the lowest over-under in a long time. There's a game last week.
Pittsburgh and New England 30.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like 90+% of bets were coming on the under. And then it reminded me of that stat you say, and I thought, oh, I should put something on the over, but I didn't. But yeah, sure enough, that freaking over hit.
Yeah, that game, I think that hit
happened.
the over the first half.
Yeah, right before halftime.
Like, what the fuck? Like, here's a game nobody saw coming.
Once I heard all that money was on the under, I thought, oh, I should do it.
Like, shit doesn't make any sense sometimes, man.
I couldn't pull the trigger.
Oh. Icehouse, it's your turn. You've got Kansas City going on over to Bill Belichick's house. What do you know about this game?
All right. Well, I know I'm on vacation, so I shouldn't even waste my time pulling some stats.
Oh, come on.
But I did. So
Do you when you're not on vacation?
Well, last week I just took a week off because I was busy planning for vacation. So I'll make up for it while being on vacation and wasting my free time. I should be doing other stuff.
This is for our fans. We appreciate your due diligence.
But instead of whoring on Bourbon Street, I decided to do this instead. So the Pats were eliminated from the playoffs last week. They're not really playing for anything other than, pride, I guess. Kansas City is 3-3 against the spread. They're the road favorite this season. And the Pats are 1-3 against the spread as home dog. I don't really see Kansas City losing 3 games in a row, especially not to fucking New England.
No.
I think they're going to come out swinging this week. And New England's not going to be able to keep up because, Bailey Zappi, yeah, it's a fun story, but there was a reason that dude was far down on the bench as he was. Give me 11 on Kansas City to cover by over the 9.5.
11 on Kansas City with Kadarius Toney being taught again where the line of scrimmage is. Got you with that one there. Okay. Commish?
Oddly, I have 3 points on New England.
It's 3 points on New England. Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would want to
it's
go.
in New England, and it's Belichick.
This is true. This is very true. I would normally join Icehouse with Kansas City. I think there's some salt. I think they want to win. I think New England sucks. But it's the actual opposite day, I think. And so, New England, here we come.
Oh, now suddenly I think it's opposite day.
No, I have to look at the moon. 4 points on 4 points on New England. This will work. Groady?
Yeah, I got, like Joe said, it's at home. They finally actually had a game against Pittsburgh. I got 2 points. I'm dropping a deuce on New England. I think even if they lose, it'll be by a touchdown.
Dropping a deuce on Belichick. Something tells me he won't mind that. Skinns?
Would he not mind? He's not.
He likes some weird shit behind closed doors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, New England coming off a win. I feel like they finally feel like they got a little momentum going. The guys might be a little pumped up. They're still playing for contracts. They want to look good. They know they got a good holding teams to a few points the last 5 games. So, and Kansas City's offense, they're just not humming. I think they'll win, but I think it'll be close. So I'll put 4 on New England.
4 on New England. Speaking of the offense, Icehouse, outside of Rice and I guess Kadarius Toney, who are the wide receiver core of the Chiefs?
Marquez Valdez
Kelsey.
Oh, besides Kelsey.
Yeah,
Marquez Valdez Scantling is there. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, they traded for Hardman again.
Yeah, McCole Hardman, he was out last week. I know they had Sky Moore, but is he the one with the legal troubles?
Probably.
He might be.
That does
I love
sound
how they
right. Yeah.
traded for a receiver they already had.
But yeah, they pretty much got.
They did
But-
what?
They traded for Nicole Hardman when, I think they released him or they just let his contract go up a year or two ago. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. The guy was a footnote, and plus, but
Yeah, he went to the Jets and they traded for him mid-season this year.
Oh,
yeah, it was like a 6th round pick or some stupid shit. Something
What?
useless. Like, here, we want our guy back because all of our receivers are crap. It's like,
Oh, Justin Watson is the one who's been coming on lately.
Oh, okay, right.
He's been in the league for a while, but yeah, he's had a couple decent games, I'd say.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna come out swinging, man. They're gonna be like, you know what? Enough of this. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
No, you know what they need? They need to run Pacheco every play, all play, get into the end zone, eat fucking Barry. Let's just do it.
Oh man. All right. So,
I'll put in a good word with Andy Reid. That's what he needs to do.
oh, you got Andy
Hey.
Reid on speed dial, is what you got.
Miller over here needs a win against this other guy in this league. So
Yeah, Andy Reid.
call it
This
in
is
my favor,
Icehouse.
Reid.
Give them cheeseburgers.
Yeah. Hey, I got this plan with these chicken nuggies. Let's talk. We'll have lunch with the chicken nuggies after that. All right. Commish, we're going to talk about Buffalo against Dallas. What do you know? I think they're at Buffalo in this game, home of the Wrestlers. What do you know about this game?
They are at Buffalo. Well, they've only met 13 times, and Dallas is leading that 8-5, I believe. Let me double check this. It's closed. Oh. I do know that in Buffalo, Dallas is 3-3. I do know that Josh Allen and Dak Prescott have only met each other one time, and Buffalo won that game. Oh, I'm sorry. They've met 11 times in Buffalo. Or no, 2 postseason games. Oh, yeah, 13, 8-5. Anyways, so away games for the Dallas Cowboys. They're 3-3 in Buffalo. Most recently, 2015, they lost 16-6. But it's an alternating win-loss for them. So if that trend continues, Dallas will win. Exactly by how much? Well, when they've beat Buffalo, they beat them by, on average, like 13 points. As they beat them by 1, beat them by 17, and beat them by 12. So, yeah, that's an average of 10 points per victory. So, however, on the season, Dallas is 7-0 at home and 3-3 on the road, where Buffalo is 7-6 on the season, but 5-2 at home.
Okay.
So not a tremendously easy place to go play Buffalo, given that mafia and whatnot. On the season, I believe not Dallas, Jack is the gentleman's name. Dak Prescott and Josh Allen are within 60 yards passing of each other. Their top rushers are within 7 yards of each other, and CeeDee Lamb is blowing Stephon Diggs out of the water by 260 yards.
Yeah, he is. Oh my gosh.
Team comparison, points scored per game, Dallas is first. Buffalo's fifth. Points against, Dallas is fourth, and Buffalo is sixth. So 2 high-scoring offenses going up against defenses that don't give up a lot. They're pretty good against the pass, but Dallas being fifth and Buffalo being 11th. However, their rushing yards per game, neither team is Buffalo's 10th and Dallas is 11th in rushing yards for, but against they're 13th and 19th. So this could become a ground game, as the passing yards against each team is Dallas is 5th, giving up only 183, and Buffalo's 11th, giving up 207. As well as defensively, although the interceptions, I think, is what will probably help Dallas out the most. Although, even though they're ranked 4th with 13 on the season, and Buffalo ranks 10th with 12. So there must be several other teams tied with Dallas with 13 interceptions. And Josh Allen, that's the one thing that sucks for him. He's given up 14 through the air this year.
Oh.
And if Bland is going to have anything to say about that, as he's already leading the league with five interceptions, all 5 of them being returned for touchdowns. So he's got 5 pick sixes in a season. If he's not the defensive player of the year, I would be very shocked. Because you'd be lucky to have 5 pick sixes in a career. He's had them in the season's not even over yet.
Yeah, wow.
I got 15 points on this game, and while it is less than 3, and Buffalo did pull off the 3-point upset against Kansas City, I just don't see it. I'd like to have faith that Buffalo could right the ship and keep winning, but Dallas wins during the regular season. They don't win during the postseason. So I got 15 points in the game, and I'm throwing it Dallas's way.
That was good. 15 points going Dallas's way. Got that one there. That makes sense. I would be with you with Dallas. Actually, really, 5 pick sixes in a single year.
Yes.
That's incredible. If he doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, there's something wrong with how that's done, however way that's done. With there, I would normally go with Dallas, but according to the moon, it's opposite day. So looks like I'm going Buffalo on the Let's Go Buffalo train. Peanut's gonna go 10-point Roonies for that one there on Buffalo. Back up to you, Groady. Groady?
You got 16 points on Let's Go Buffalo.
16 points with that one there. Heck yeah. Skinnnns.
I have Buffalo. I like them at home against Dallas. No major injuries I'm aware of, and I think Buffalo can do it at home. We can check the weather for the game real quick.
Oh.
And
Spectacular.
it is sunny.
All right.
Yeah.
It's cold winter
32
day.
degrees. 15-mile-an-hour winds as of now, Tuesday. But yeah, Cowboys aren't playing in a dome, so we'll see how they do. Go Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo for that. How many points you putting on Buffalo?
I got 12.
12 points on Buffalo. And it comes to Icehouse here. Icehouse, what do you pick?
I'm gonna ride with Joe on this one. 15 on Dallas.
15 on Dallas.
Like Dallas has advantage. If it's a 2.5-point game, and I figure it's gonna be a close game, advantage to Dallas for their kicker, man. The guy can boot the fucking ball.
Now, who's got him in our
So,
league? Who
If
has
you're
him?
giving me 2.5, it's like you're saying win by 2.5. They got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone know who's got the Dallas kicker in our league? Like, he's just been kicking like a maniac these last few weeks.
I don't know, but I wish I fucking did.
No kidding.
I don't know who has Aubrey.
Someone that might be a.
Look
If
it
no
up,
one
I'll
has
put it
him,
in
be a
a second.
sneaky pick. Someone's got to have him.
No, somebody has him.
No, nobody's got him by now. That dude's been on fire like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess Barry.
We know it's not Kevin or Dave because they had that phenomenal matchup.
Listen, it takes skill to get -4 points, okay?
And it's
Skill.
It's auto draft.
Oh, it's auto draft. What a pickup by auto
I
draft.
thought so. I was
Yeah,
going
auto
to say
draft,
something
yeah.
and I didn't, and now I'm mad.
Nah, you were right. You right. My turn. Got the Chargers going to Las Vegas. God, Chargers, you sons of bitches. I hate. Why can't you score points? You had Herbert. He's out now, so now you have the stick. You have Keenan Allen. You have weapons. You have so many weapons. What's with this stupid 6-0 and this garbage scores that you have here? I have Justin Herbert in another league, and as well as Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen's been okay, but Herbert's just been like this. Just a booger falling out of a nose. Like, it's just been awful with that. Anywho, I had to get that out because the Chargers are just like you're a constant disappointment this year. My gosh, Las Vegas Raiders lead the division with their 68-52 with a couple of ties in between it. I forgot who the Raiders are starting with this. Aiden O'Connell, I think, is who it is. And then Easton Stick, Mr. Stick, is going to be starting for the Chargers. And I will refer to you as Mr. Stick. For 10 points, how many games has Mr. Stick actually played in since he was drafted in 2019?
4.
Yeah, 4?
5.
5?
Who?
2. And Groady?
6.
6. Boss wins it. Exactly 2. He has only played in 2 games
Excellent.
since 2019. It's
Nice.
so
Is that starting or just played in?
no, he's never started a game. This will be his first start. So that's
Yeah, he's primed and ready now.
right. I don't know what's happening. As far as I can tell, the Chargers offensive coordinator needs to be like shoved out of the stadium and just dropped off a cliff
Nathan
somewhere.
Peterman's position.
Yeah. Should be
Him and
noted
Matt
that
Canada.
Mr. Max Dugan is from TCU, new rookie, has also been put onto the Chargers as a possible backup with this because what is it? I think I have here. Easton's quarterback comes from North Dakota State. North Dakota, state that produces nothing. No reason to ever go there.
Where was Jared Goff?
Is that where Jared Goff's from? Is it really? Jared Goff.
Also, Trey Lance.
No, he came from UFC. Who am I thinking? Not Goff, but who was the other one?
Trey
Is there
Lance
someone-
Got
yeah,
drafted
came
the
from
same
North
year.
Dakota
Goff.
State. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, Wentz.
Carson Wentz. That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking of.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
thinking
right.
Carson Wentz.
Okay, so I guess the college is not that out of the way with that one there.
Ah,
Like
Carson,
a
not
division-
Palmer
they're like
Wentz. Got it.
Carson, not Palmer Wentz.
They're the good. They're like the best Division II team, basically. They're like, hey,
They are.
I don't know how
They're in Illinois State's.
how they attract people to come to North Dakota State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, if you're a good football player,
They've won the
that's where you go.
Mid Valley Conference for probably, who knows, 4 out of the last 6.
Yeah.
They're pretty much up top all the time.
It's worth
They
noting
got
that
some
the
championships, so it's like
North Dakota State's got a hockey thing as well. They're a big NHL producing college for them. Anyway, that's outside of here. Chargers have only covered the spread 4 times out of 12. So if ever there was a reason to not go with the Chargers right now, this would be a good reason. I would be totally in favor of that. Of going for the Thursday night game, going for Las Vegas for this. But it's opposite day. So I'm going for the stupid Chargers. I hate you, Chargers, so much. Win a freaking game, for crying out loud. No, I'm dropping a big poop on you is what I'm doing. I'm dropping a deuce on the Chargers and win a game, damn it. Back up to Groady.
8 points on the Chargers. I think this could be another repeat of the Minnesota game, and one of these teams could win on a last-second field goal, and we'll have another push.
What a boring game, right? That was people took their children to that game. It's like, oh God, can't imagine. I can't imagine taking kids to a game like that. Ugh. All right, so you got 8 points on the Chargers. Skinnnns.
Yeah, Groady echoed my thoughts, so I will take Chargers as the underdog for 2 points.
For 2 points for that. 2 poops on the Chargers. It's what you deserve. Icehouse.
Oops.
I got 1 point on Vegas. I don't like anything about this game. Thursday night game, so you know it's gonna suck ass. yeah, I probably will end up in a push or something. So it's like, no, 1 point. I don't want any part of this nonsense.
1 point, half a deuce, or he takes a P on Vegas for that. Okay.
The over-under is 33.5. I just checked.
Oh God, that's
Jesus.
awful.
Wow.
Pretty damn low.
Yeah, that's the lowest of the week in this game. So
What are they expecting Las Vegas to score 24 points and the Chargers 10?
Whoa!
Commish, what do you got in this poopy game?
Well, I got the Chargers selected. I gotta shift my points around. I'm gonna end up putting 1 point on this game. I can't trust this. This like the Las Vegas is an abysmal team, but without Herbert, I don't know what to make of the Chargers. So I'm gonna put 1 point on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm gonna get my points shifted around.
Good. This is a game worth talking about. Something better worth talking about is Groady winning last week. Raise your glasses again to Groady for winning last week, who's going to talk about the game that I'm already been advertising for like the last 12 weeks or whatever. I've had this flag behind me. Grody's going to talk about the Cleveland Browns hosting the Bears. Groady, what do you know?
Well, I know the last time this team met was the first start for Justin Fields, and it was an abysmal game by the Bears because they did not plan to protect him at all. Matt Nagy wanted him dead. So hopefully that's the opposite in this game. They've actually, I mean, despite giving up sacks, have done a pretty good job protecting him, giving him time. This is the number one in the league for Cleveland, despite giving up the points they did last week. With both defenses playing the way that they are, I really don't see it being a high-scoring game. I do think you could see like a 10-12 win for either team, and I gotta have faith in Chicago. I think Luke Getzey, seeing Matt Eberflus coaching for his job, this is an opportunity for him to coach for his job. Come out with a great game plan for Fields. Keep him upright, get the ball moving, and score points. I got 14 points. I'm throwing it Chicago's way because, like I said, it literally could be a 10-12 game at the end, and one of these teams is going to win. And hope it's the Bears, but you're playing the number one defense, so stranger things, have happened.
Can be tricky with it. All right, got 14 points on the Bears. Skinnnns, what are your thoughts?
Well, this one is purely just based on my heart. And my heart is with my fantasy team. And I have Jerome Ford going. But being it a 3-point spread, and if it stays at 3, I'm going to keep this with one of my low points so I don't get a push option. So I'm going to do Cleveland for 3 points.
Cleveland for 3 points there. Okay, Icehouse.
Yeah, I wanted to take the Bears for more, but 3 points, no thanks, man. I don't like that. So I'm just gonna take Bears for 5.
Bears for 5. Bears for a cinco. Commish.
Well, when the Bears are underdogs, they're 7 times they've been the correct pick versus out of 11. So they've only been wrong 4 times as the underdog throughout the season. I got 12 points, and I'm throwing it Chicago's way.
12 points on Chicago for that. I like it. Fun note to be.
JV, are you going to it?
I am going to be at this game. I am going to be in the nosebleeds. The tickets were $25. I'm going with my brother-in-law and a couple of the neighborhood guys that are Browns fans as well. So we're going to go and chill out with the Browns fans. I'm debating whether or not I wear my Mike Ditka vest or if I want to wear the Peanut Tillman orange peanut jersey. I'm still kind of in between it here.
Tell you what you should do.
What's that?
Wear your Ditka vest, some Browns gear, and your Jets helmet.
No one will know what's happening. I'll just be like, oh, he's a lost time traveler from another age. He has no idea what's going on for this.
No, they just figure you're one of those fans in England,
Oh,
No, I just
Like,
figured
you
he's probably
go-
from Ohio.
Yeah. Like, oh, he's a fan, NFL fan from England. He wears every piece of NFL, anything he's got. Doesn't matter who's playing in the game or whatever the fuck's happening. Let's just throw it all out and go to the game.
Actually, I can tell you this right now. Besides the flag that is behind me, I own no Browns apparel. I have no shirts or jerseys or anything that goes with the Browns. I own
So at
I own
least still wear the Jets helmet because they are usually perennial first round draft pick or first pick of the first round drafters. So you could, send a little message. Hey, we got Carolina's first pick here. Bada bing, bada boom.
I could do that. So yeah, I will be at this game. I would normally go for the Bears. I want the Bears to win. I think the Bears are gonna do a thing. I like the way they've been playing. They've been a fun team to listen to and watch. The Browns are in contention right now. Both these teams are going for the playoffs. Although the Browns are in a further ahead spot to be able to get to there, they are a wild card contender. They are going to fight. I feel like this is going to be a game worth watching because these two teams are going to want to play one another and they're going to want to win. And I would normally go for Chicago, but it's opposite day. And so now I'm on the Browns side of the fence. I will be going for the Browns. I want the Bears to win with the moon. It's all about that moon. Dollar yo on Cleveland Steamers for that, for me. Egads. It's 3 points. No, it's 3 points. I don't like that. Yuck. 6 points. 6 points on Cleveland. 3 deuces on the Steamers for that. There. All right.
Wow.
Back up to the top of the list. Time for quick picks. A little bit time for quick picks. Groady, Cincinnati hosting Minnesota.
I got 9 points on Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati for that there. All right. Skinnnns.
Yeah. Heat on Jake Browning.
I'm Browning with it there. All right. Icehouse.
I got 9 on Cincy.
9 on Cincy. Commish.
10 on Cincinnati.
10 on Cincinnati. And me going with opposites day. 9 on Minnesota. Oh, God. All right. Going down to Skinnnns. You get Indianapolis hosting Pittsburgh.
I think Pittsburgh is going to bounce back from their stupid loss to New England. They're going to toughen up like they have been all season. And Indy was not looking that great last week either. Minshew is definitely compromisable. So, yeah. But I got 4 on Pittsburgh.
4 on Pittsburgh. 4 on Pittsburgh for that. Icehouse.
I got 6 on Indy.
6 on Indy for that there. Commish.
13 on Pittsburgh.
13 on Pittsburgh. Well, there's one person that always trumps the system. Max points on Miles Jack. Because it's not worth
13
us.
on Indianapolis.
Oh, boy.
I forgot. John's Pittsburgh picks has all been wrong since he's been doing this trumps his stupid system.
Wait.
So
Are you still doing Pittsburgh?
Wrong. Yeah,
he's still doing Pittsburgh. He says it trumps his opposite day, and he's been wrong 2 weeks in a row because of it.
All right. I'm
going Indianapolis.
Moving to Indy.
all right, everyone's going Indy except me, Groady.
Hold on. Kings my lock of the week.
I've got 13 points on Indianapolis.
13 points on Indianapolis. Oh, God. Well, that was interesting. Okay. Icehouse, you have Green Bay hosting Baker Mayfield and his house.
Let's see. Well, give me 10 on the bread maker baker.
10 on the bread maker baker. Oh, boy. Commish.
I have
9 points against Maker Bayfield, and I've got that's Green Bay.
It's on Green Bay for that. I would normally go Green Bay, so I will be going Baker Mayfield because it's opposite day. Baker, you may have my 8 points. Groady.
You got 7 points on Baker.
7 points on Baker. And Skinnnns.
All right. Hold on, I'm still putting my Colts bet in now.
He's really locking it in. He is legitimately locking the damn thing in. It's gotta work. Faces of the moon.
Green Bay 7.
Green Bay 7 for that little split there. I like it. I like it. Down to Commish, Tennessee hosting Houston. Battle of the Oilers.
I got max points on Houston. Unless
Max.
Stroud is out, then I'm taking Tennessee.
Ooh, little switch Rooney coming in with that one there. I don't know who I would pick. I like Houston better for this, so I guess I'm going Derrick Henry the King, and I will put 11 points on Derrick Henry. There's me. Groady.
I have 15 points on Tennessee.
15
Wow.
points on Tennessee for that. A lot of big
Nice
bets
watch.
here. Skinnnns.
Can I ask why you got a big old 15 on them?
Yeah, why 15, Groady?
Because they just came off of very. They're the first team with a losing record to beat the Dolphins. Otherwise than that, the Dolphins have beat up on every team that has a losing record. One of their only wins at the time against a team with a winning record was against the Broncos. So with Tennessee beating them, they're one of the first losing record teams to beat them, and they're riding high with Will Levis. So
Okay. Good thing.
Makes sense.
Other that I found a stat earlier today I wanted to share. I meant to share it earlier, but how stunning was the Titans 28-27 comeback win last night? Teams down 14 points with less than 3 minutes to go. We're 0-767 since 2016.
I also saw that, and I loved how that's the spin they put on it. But when the Bears lost the 12-point lead against Detroit, they were like, "Oh, the Bears are the first team to lose." Like, why couldn't you say Miami's the first team to lose? Instead, it's like the Tennessee Titans are the first team to win. Like,
right, because it's
fuck,
12
like,
14.
Yeah, it was like when he was
Oh,
saying
yeah,
that,
yeah.
I'm like,
I see
wait a
what you're
minute.
saying.
Yeah. I agree with Skinnnns.
yeah, I saw that earlier today as well. I'm like, that's such horse shit.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on the reporting source you get it from too. Like,
Oh, that's true.
if you get it from I don't know where this came from. I screenshotted it.
Sports Center, like any of the Sports Center pages I follow on Facebook, had that stat for against the Bears, as well as almost all of the Chicago pages themselves that popped up as suggested for me. But for what the Tennessee Titans did, it was just again, Sports Center saying, "Hey, check this out."
No, this guy was some small beat writer. I don't know if he was Titans or Dolphins beat writer, but yeah, I get what you're saying though.
Skinnnns, who do you got on the Tennessee-Houston game?
Tennessee, 10 points.
10 points, Tennessee. And then Icehouse.
I'm taking Tennessee with lucky number 7.
Lucky 7 on Tennessee. Comes to me. Well, this one's obvious here. Miami hosting the Jets. And we all know that. Oh, come on. I got its opposite day. I got to put it on Miami. Gosh dang it. Fine. Miami. God, 15 points on Miami. Oh, God. All right. That's my bet, Groady.
About 3 points on the Jets.
3 points on the Jets. I like your bet. Skinnnns.
Yeah, I think so.
I got 9 on the Jets. The
Jets,
line moved a lot, and I think that indicates Tyreek Hill will not be starting.
Give me my hat. All right, 9 on the Jets. Icehouse, what's your Jets bet?
I'm gonna take 4 on Miami.
Ooh,
Oh.
good.
I like it, but
I'm down to sync to my level here.
I think they can
Commissioner.
get it done without Tyreek Hill.
All right. Oh,
Commissioner. I got 2 on Miami. I'm more trusting of Miami's defense to score a touchdown than I am the Jets' offense to score one.
Look at there.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
It is actually a really good point.
I mean, no Tyreek Hill doesn't affect that defense one bit.
It's true. Back up to the top, we got the New York Giants coming down to Boston City, where New Orleans is. Groady, what do you got here? We got Groady, New Orleans hosting the G-Men.
I have the G-Men for 5 points.
G-Men 5-point Skinnnns.
Derek Carr is trash. Unless he's healthy, then he's all right. But he ain't healthy, and when he's not healthy, he's trash. And I don't know why they roll him out there when you got Winston. So give me the Giants getting the points, and I got 9.
9 on the G-Men for that. Icehouse.
I am going to go against the city that I am in and take max points on the Giants.
Holy cow!
I was wondering.
Max points on Danny DeVito.
I was wondering if you go for a little homer pick because that's your home right now. But
No, and I gotta say, so the train station is right next to the Superdome, and I got in like around 3:45 or so. So as the Saints game was getting out, the traffic is horrible.
No good.
I can't believe anybody fucking drives to this game.
So you're picking
unbelievable.
them on traffic?
No, just that, Derek Carr's garbage, man.
That is
Some of that Tommy Cutlets action.
All right. We got
He's
Matt
on fire, so why not?
I like it there. All right, Commish.
I got 5 points on a 5-point spread in favor of Danny DeVito's cousin. He's not going to let the Big Easy affect him.
Yeah, that's right. I think I would go contrarian here. They're in New Orleans, and I do like New Orleans at home, just because it's a loud dome. But it's opposite day, so 3 points on the G-Men. So I'm confident. Skinnnns. Skinnnns. You get Atlanta going to Carolina.
I'm muted, Stan.
Oh, you are muted, Skinnnns. You have a mute problem with there.
Well, my dog was coughing or choking, so I went to check on that. She's fine. She's fine. No problems. Meanwhile, I'm not. Carolina. I got Carolina for 1.
1 point.
This could be one of their few games this year they win against Atlanta at home. I like them. Getting points.
I like it there. I like it. Okay, Icehouse.
Well, I'm going to go with Carolina for 3. Seems everyone and their mother's on Atlanta, so.
Interesting. All right, going
I'll
under.
I'll take a little bit of that.
Okay, all right. Commish.
I got 11 points on Atlanta. I think Carolina desperately wants to give Chicago that number 1 overall pick.
Oh boy!
What happened to Thielen? Thielen was started off awesome, and then he's been crap for a while.
They fired Frank Wright.
That was it.
He was down. He was going downhill before they fired Frank Wright.
I would go normal for it.
Thielen got that much older than he already is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dude is already like 31 or something.
Yeah, it might be the season taking a toll.
Yeah. I would normally go for Atlanta, but I'm going Carolina for 1. Groady.
I have 12 on Hotlanta.
Well,
Woo, buddy.
Hotlanta. Is that how the people down in Nolan say it, boss? Hotlanta?
No, a lot of the people don't. Nobody talks. I'm not talking to anybody about Atlanta anyway.
Oh, come on. All right, now you have a
Nobody's
mission.
very thick.
Now there's a mission in place here. All right.
Like, you hear Louisiana and you think everyone's got a thick accent, but no, they're not that bad around here.
You
You
gotta go.
probably got to go out to the bayou or something. Maybe
Yeah.
Baton Rouge or whatever. I don't know where else.
Baton Rouge for that. I like it. I like it.
When I was stationed in Atlanta, it
I
was
guess
like
they
that.
probably talk
Looking
to
forward to it.
tourists or something, so they don't develop like a deep South accent.
One of those
Because this place is full of fucking tourists, man.
Icehouse.
Anyone that lives here doesn't go to the tourist spots.
You have San Fran at 1. Oh.
Wow.
What do you got, Icehouse? San Fran at wow.
I don't. They can just as easily cover 13.5 or get killed. I'm just gonna go with 2 on San Fran.
2 with San Fran, he goes. All
I
right,
don't like
all right.
this game.
Commish?
What do I got on this? Oh, well, I got to change the points to make that 1 for the Thursday night game, but currently I have 1. It's on San Francisco. When I shift things around, it'll probably be a deuce, and it'll still be on San Francisco.
Deuce on San Fran. I would normally go with San Fran with you, but I will go with Arizona. Oh, I have a lot of big numbers left. Oh boy, 12 points on wow. Groady.
Point on wow.
He's going with wow. For that Skinnnns.
I got 11 points on wow.
Yes. I'm gonna increase point scores a little bit with that there. Okay. Then we got, let's see, Commish. You're gonna be talking about Baltimore going to Jacksonville.
I have 8 points on Baltimore.
8 points on the core. I would also normally go with the core. They've just been too good, but I will go with the Miles Jackless Jags for 13 points. Ugh. Why does that seem like a normal pick I would make? You know what? That is a normal pick that I would make. I'm switching it. 13 points to Baltimore. Opposite what I would think I would. Okay. Groady.
You did the opposite of the opposite of the opposite.
Yes. Got 11 points on Baltimore.
11 points on the core. All right. Skinnnns.
Got 13 on Baltimore. If it was a healthy Trevor Lawrence, but he did look kind of healthy last week.
Mm-hmm. That was another fun game to watch.
From what they said, he looked pretty spry for a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
And I've had one of those, and there's no way I could move like that. So I don't know. I might move this to Jacksonville, but I'm going to go with Baltimore 13.
Everyone's on Baltimore side. Icehouse chance to be a contrarian.
No, I punched in Baltimore 13, so
Baltimore 13.
I can't see it going any other way.
I'm the last one to pick here. Philadelphia at Seattle. I like Philadelphia because I would support their quarterback, but in honor of opposite day, I will put 14 points on Seattle and the 12th man. Hooray! Oh boy, Groady.
Yeah, I got 10 points. I'm throwing them on Seattle. Divisional game.
Big one. Yeah, I like it. Okay.
Not divisional.
Well, it's not divisional, but like they're playing for their divisions. That's for sure. Neither one has bought in yet. All right, so Skinnnns.
Yeah, conference game at Seattle. Let's see, Phillies. So Phillies traveling west.
Philly is
So
traveling
that
west.
would be later with their body clock. But Gino's still injured. Philly probably wants to look good after their last debacle versus Dallas. I got a 14 on Philly.
14 on Philly. He goes there, finishing strong. Like that, Skinns. Icehouse.
I also have 14 on Philly.
Ooh.
That's the points I had left, and I
Some-
like Philly in this game. So.
Some contention here, and we end with the commish.
Let's woo.
What do I got on this game? I've got 7 on Seattle.
7 on Seattle for that. Very good. Make sure to click the save the picks item with that there. Winner of this week by a good margin with it there. Around the horn, Commish, 76 points. Skinnnns, 63. Groady, 50 points. Icehouse, 47 points. Folks, may the betting ever be in your favor. And check out the footage of Icehouse dancing around with the little Sacco sweater that I've got with him in the images of the video there. Make sure you see that when you get a chance. We'll see you on the next one, folks. See you later. Bye.